What's up, guys? It's your girl Nevaeh Jolie, and I'm hanging out with Rob on Front Row Live.
Before we actually jump in and talk about your music, as I mentioned earlier, I'm a brand new fan of yours, and I'm curious to know what was it like being discovered by Max? Because Max has been, on top of the music game for some time now. So what was that experience like for you?
It was really so shocking, and it all happened so fast. Like it was just, I remember being in Jersey doing these shows and just trying to get my music around organically, like by myself, and meeting with these people that had so many things lined up, but they would be all talk, they would just be all talk. But Max called me, he DM'd me actually, and then we talked on the phone literally 20 minutes later. And then we're talking on the phone. I want to fly you out tomorrow. I'm like, oh, whoa. I'm like, well, somebody's really about it. And he flew me and my mom out. And the same day we were having a meeting and, just discussing so many things with so many people. And I was just like, whoa, this man really is about it and wasting time. So I was just like, yes, sir, this is it. Max is definitely my guy.
That's
Definitely changed
awesome.
the world.
That's so awesome. And since that kind of happened, how has your music I guess the creative process, because I feel like that, there's more people at hand now that you are part of a team. So how does that change your creative process, and how does that change your new material?
Um, yeah, it working with Max and stuff has put me in rooms with actual like songwriters and things like that. Cause I've been writing since I was 8 and just writing poetry, expressing my feelings and always, just releasing something. But learning how to like literally format a song and structure it and learning like okay, there's this section of the beat and like it's so much. Literally it was kind of like I was taking classes, like learning how to like really structure my craft and structure my art to where it's not only like mathematical but just like easier to do. And now it's just like I don't know, it definitely, now that I have a team and just so many people that are like experienced in the industry part, it's just it helped a lot. It definitely helped a lot, especially in the recording process and
And as
just
far
writing.
Yeah. So as far as like the songwriting, because you did mention you've been writing for since you were little,
Mhm.
do you notice that evolution like when you're getting better as a songwriter? And what is it about your songwriting that you feel has gotten even stronger today?
I yeah, I said I started writing at 8 and you know, I was also in a girl group that I would write for when I was like 15, 16. And yeah, now it's just like before I remember it would take a little bit of time. Like I would, if I had a topic that I wanted to write on, I would go back to the song like 2 days later, not try to, now it's like if I have a topic, especially if I have a topic, like I can write a song in like 5 minutes, like literally no cap. Like it's kind of it's definitely a vibe. It's definitely a vibe, but it's like it's more so just like I don't know. I definitely grown so much with my writing capabilities. Now I can write like 3 songs in the morning if I'm really just feeling the
Wow.
vibe. I can just get it out like literally, and it's definitely more organized in my brain now.
How different is like songwriting with a girl group or a group of people in general compared to now writing for yourself? Do you feel like it's easier with a group or it's easier by yourself?
I would say writing for other people is kind of a little bit more easier, like in a sense, because I don't know, like there would be times where I would be in a session for myself, and I'm like, I really want to talk about this, but it's just a little too personal. Like, like so just like sometimes, when I write and when I want to get things off my chest, and I want to, it could be a little too much. So sometimes I have to like step from like an outsider's perspective, like looking in, just because it's really introductory at this point, and I just want people to feel my vibe and just get to know me, like genuinely. So it's really introspective, and I battle with myself all the time when I'm writing for myself. It's like if I'm not telling a story, if I'm just talking about myself, those are the hardest songs. But most of my songs are like either to a person, or I'm telling a story like about like a night that I had, or like it's literally like chronological. So I say the writing about myself and like braggalicious type rapping or like is like that's definitely like hard for me, super hard. Super hard.
Would you say that's harder to write than than getting vulnerable, knowing that, there's an audience listening to your music?
For sure. I don't know why. I feel like, I don't know. It's super hard for me to talk about myself. I don't, when I'm writing music, it's like, if I'm talking about like my emotions and stuff, it could get real emo real quick. So it really can. So it's like, just separating it, keeping it, fun and cool. And then, sometimes I throw a little bit of emo-ness in there, but you don't want everybody sad and stuff when I'm sad. So
I love that you kind of mentioned emo, because I get this kind of vibe about you that, you're an R&B artist, but at the same time you like have this like punk rock chick in you. Why is it that I'm getting that vibe? Like, is this safe to say that that's kind of how you are, or how you kind of grew up?
Sure. Yeah, for sure. A lot of my influences are like major R&B rock stars, like Pink, Avril, like Gwen Stefani, like they and Aaliyah, she was a rock star, bro. So it's just like I feel like my personal style ever since I was young has just really been on some like super, like it's just I don't even know what that was, but it's just been on some super like punk rock emo vibes. That's just like scene. It's just always been like leg warmers on my arms, and just weird funky glasses and cool boots. Like that's just really just been my thing since I was young. And like when I see people embodying that, like my icons and stuff, like that tomboy, edgy, but still like super like soulful and like R&B. That's just my vibe. Like R&B is my soul, R&B is my heart, but punk, alternative rock, that's like my day to day. Like that's just how I live my life. Like I'm a real life rock star for real.
So having such a big, I guess, influence in music, and a lot of music that you enjoy listening to, like how did you come up with your sound, like that we listen to today? Screwed Up, for example. Like how do you discover you as an artist?
For sure. It definitely took some time. Like I was not a natural born singer. Like I always loved the entertainment. I always loved acting, modeling, writing. And music was my main focus. Like it was what I wanted to do since I was very young. But my mom was just like, girl, she was just like, but you can't sing. Like literally I would just force people to listen to me sing my songs, and like my mom would just be like, wow, this is written so well. Oh wow, but I think we need some vocal lessons. Like literally my mom at 8 years old was like, yeah, no, I don't think you want to do that. Are you sure you don't want to model? Are you sure you don't want to act? And I was just like, okay, we could do that, but just know that I'm not taking no for an answer. So vocal lessons later, vocal lessons after girl groups, I eventually, found my tone. And when I think of singing, it's just like writing now. It became more like mathematical. It's like knowing my muscle and just really just pushing it to its full capability. And yeah, I feel like now I've established this like real like bass boosted, trippy hip hop, R&B, like real like stank face vibes, like real like, and that's what I just want to keep going. Like stuff you could play in a club, play in the car. Like I really am obsessed with like early 2000s, late 90s, just
Those are good
real,
years.
yeah, like yeah, like real stank face music. Like that's like what I would call it. And you know, I make like the trippy ambient, you know, sounds too. And I just really want to genre collide. I just want to like mix a bunch of genres together. And that's the goal.
So tell me a little bit more, you know, since we're in the music side, tell me a little bit more about Screwed Up and like what really kickstarted this single, which is like your current single right now.
Yes. Screwed Up. Around this time last year, I recorded it actually. We were doing this camp for this project, and I've been working on Game On for for a minute. You know, I've been working on Game On for a minute, and just really perfecting it. And Kizzo, Symphony Green, Max, we were like just back to back sessions, just in, and this was so real. Like I remember during this time frame, I was really like going through it emotionally, like with like my boyfriend or whatever. So it was just like I would walk in the session and Symphony, my writer at the time, she would just be like, girl, I already know. she would just be like, girl, I already know what we about to write about today. She's like, I already know. I could feel it. Cause she's like super like that. And I'm really like about energies, and like I'm very like sensitive about energies too. Cause everything, you know, that that like I'm not good at like hiding my emotions. You know what I'm saying? I'm not good at that. Like I'm very bad at that. So when I walk in, it's showing on my face. Like I'm like trying to just be calm and trying to, you know. And then she was like, "Yep, screwed up. You got me screwed up." And I was in there feeling that. I was in there feeling that one. I was in there feeling that one, and it came out, and we got A Boogie on it. We're on the same touring agency, and it was actually a surprise to me. It's actually a surprise. They came back with it, and I was just like, A Boogie. I was like, when did we discuss this? Yeah, I was like so shocked because like, you know, growing up in Jersey, when A Boogie was just started out with the High Bridge, you know, High Bridge's label and stuff. I was listening to him, trying to put my friends on, and you know, I remember like when he was like real low key East Coast thing, like on Spinrilla, like, you know. So I was there, like I was just like, wow, this is crazy, and he killed the verse. So I was just like, I'm ready. This song's about to change my life. Literally, I just had to take it in. I was like, oh my gosh.
I mean, that song is like it's like a hot new favorite. I saw your post too, and I checked it out on the video as well. Like you're almost like even the traffic for the video is like insane.
Oh,
What was that like? You know, how has Screwed Up kind of changed your life?
in so many ways. It's like this is my first, you know, music video out as a signed artist that I, you know, really curated. I came up with the treatment, and I came up with the treatment like pre, and we obviously had like more things that we wanted to incorporate and pay homage to, because that's my main thing, just paying homage and just, you know, bringing people back to a nostalgic time and like just showing that I respect it, you know what I'm saying? So like in the video, like we're paying homage to Brandy, and you know, just that 90s feel. Like, so the fact that Brandy, like bro, Oh my gosh. Like, oh, it's just really crazy because, okay, so my vocal instructor is Brandy's dad. So literally, I'm just like, what who y'all got me working with? I'm just like, oh my goodness. So it's just like, I'm singing the song and we're practicing, and she walks in the room.
Oh
She
man.
walks in the room and she just stopped and she's over her dad's shoulder and she's like, "You sound great, girl. Hey," and I'm just my whole face just turned red. Oh, my whole face just turned so red. I was like, "Oh, that did not happen." Like, I was just so nervous for the rest of the lesson. But yeah, her like getting her approval was just like, it's things like that that you could like go back and I could tell my mom and she would be like, she's geeked, like she's about to cry. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, that's Brandy. What do you mean? And then, you know, Ghostface from Wu-Tang DM me a day after I dropped it.
Jeez.
A day. A day after I dropped it. He DM'd me talking about,
So
oh,
many
this is
surprises.
bro. I was just like, bro, I literally cried. I was just like, this is insane. Like my mom, my pops, like literally obsessed with these people. So it's just like, I'm doing something good. I'm doing something good.
You're in the right lane. That's what it, that's what it is at the end of the day. Like your time has come, and this is, that's awesome.
It's literally, it's nuts. And I just, as an introduction to, just that just being my debut like hot single right now, it's just like, it's crazy. I couldn't, I couldn't even really imagine this type of feedback, especially in this time, like with the whole world just kind of shut down and like crazy. It's like, it's really like, I just feel so blessed to be able to be celebrating and, working,
Right.
it's just, a lot of people aren't, and a lot of people are like struggling right now. So it's just like,
Right.
it's a
But at the
blessing.
same but at the same time, like, I keep saying this, that like this year probably would not have been possible for a lot of us to survive if it wasn't for the artists, because you
Yeah.
guys keep us, you're able to take us to a different world for that 4 or 5 minutes that we're listening to a song or watching your video. So you guys, in a sense, a lot of you guys have felt bad releasing music throughout this year, but at the same time, you guys have kind of saved us. So it's like,
This is our time, like as
yeah,
artists, musicians, any type of art, like this is that heals the world. Like
right.
that brings the world together. And that's basically, yeah, what I was like, I just kept releasing. I was like, bro, like we just got it. We gotta do something.
Right. And as far as continuing to release, like, because Screwed Up has been a big success, like how much pressure does that add to you for, follow-ups for whether it's a single or even like Game On, that, you've been constantly reworking just to, obviously perfect it. It's your debut. I don't blame you. Like, you want to do the best body of work possible.
Yeah. It does have a little pressure. I can say that. But Game On, I've been working on it for like 2 years now. And there's definitely more bangers. Where Screwed Up came from, there's more bangers. So it's just like, I'm already just, I'm prepared to outdo myself every time I get in the booth. Like, I just really do want to just become better and better and actually like grow. Like, I don't want to be stagnant. And I am hard on myself with, just the creative process, but I think there's no other way to be, I definitely, Game On is definitely going to be, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Screwed Up was just like a, hey, it was like a, hey. But Game On is really Game On for real.
So lastly, to close us off with Screwed Up, I'm sure, like you mentioned, like it was a quick write for you, but what were some of the challenges that you kind of faced to either finalize the song or even just write the song?
It was, to be honest, It was super easy, besides the point that I sometimes during this camp I would literally just get too emotional. I would have to take a break. Like literally, I would have to take a break. Like sometimes it just gets like that. But they would be like 5 minute breaks. I would just go out to the lounge, woofsaw a couple times. But I feel like that was just, the really, really the only challenge. But I feel like it made the music have a different vibration. You could just hear the angst, at least for me, because I know exactly, what time and frame of mind I was in. So I wouldn't say anything was too difficult. This is what I love doing, and I feel like this is like just not effortless, but just freeing for me, just making music. So I don't think, there was any bumps in the road.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait for more music from you. I'm glad that, I caught attention, or I caught wind of your music, because I'm really digging your sound. So I'm sure a lot of fans that are discovering you now are starting to feel the same way. So thank you again for taking the time, and definitely can't wait for more material from you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.